Hello guys, my name is Shastanand. Welcome to a memorial of sorts. You see, 1.18 is coming along soon, as you probably are aware, and with it will be a new server, a new Season 5, and the end of everything here. And so this is part 1 of hopefully several parts, at least 2, I'm thinking 3, I don't know. Of me just kind of going over and getting one last look at all the stuff I've done, or maybe all stuff other people have done in general, as a way to preserve its legacy. And this episode specifically is devoted to the thing I've been spent the most time on in the last year, which is the UHC museum here at the museum. Before I go in, though, I will add one thing, because I am in spawn, and if I don't make another video, I don't know if this will be recorded, and I want there to be, for posterity. So here you go. No context is provided. This is all you need to know. That is all you need to know. So anyway, yeah, we're going to head into the museum here, deep into the belly. Not much ever actually happened at the museum, sadly. It just kind of, I don't know, like the activity came with getting it started, but it never really came back to do more, aside from me coming along and doing this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through each of these rooms, and I'm going to rank them. I'm going to put them on a little tier list. See the little tier list in the corner? That's what that's for. I'm going to rank them on a tier list. I'm going to go through each one, go over my thoughts and opinions on it, and just, show off the rooms so that they are preserved. Just so I can remember them, like the good old days. I will spoil, there aren't any F tiers, because if they were Fs, I would have fixed them. Duh. There are a couple Ds, though, where either they're just kind of, the season just kind of has to be, the room just kind of has to be a D, like, what am I going to do to fix this? It just doesn't seem like it can work. Or it's not bad enough that I feel the need to fix it, so I just kind of leave it. In fact, what's the other D here? Which one is this? This one, oh, that one. Yeah. See, that one is a tear down, start over. If I had to fix that one, it would all go. Like the whole thing. And I just don't care enough to do that. So, I'm going to begin now, and we are going to start with Season 18. Season 18 here being probably one of the best ones. It's almost like a proof of concept, where I just kind of like, this is where I had the idea, and like this is the one that made me go, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. It was the only one that happened. It was the only final battle that happened at night. So this like diorama here with the night sky instead of the light blue wool you'll see a lot of throughout. The light blue wool gets really tired throughout all the other rooms, but the fact that this one has black wool, in fact, I honestly probably should have done black wool more, because this is much better to look at. The black wool's much better to look at. As for the room is quality. It really goes with the swampy feel, the wood and the green. It was just simple back then. There's the book for posterity. You can read it if you want. Yeah, like making this was simple. It like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like there's not much more I can say about it. Like, it's simple and understated. It's self-evidently good. Nothing about it is unique, though. Well, except for the night sky thing. Like, this is very much this is the first one you made, and, nothing, nothing, if this room had been season 30, I would have had to have done something to, mix it up, because I would have already used this color combination and Like, all this would have felt used. I would have had to have mixed it up somehow. But because it's the first one, it just works as being a simple, plain, clean. It's good. It's simple. I said it already. It's simple. It's understated. It's a self-evident A tier. Put it on the little thing. There he goes. Whoop. There you go. So yeah, this is this one's good. Thumbs up from me. Season 19. This one, not so much. The diorama here is really busy. Like, look at this all. You've got nice. You got buildings. You've got grass. You've got path. You've got like clouds. You've got here's skeleton. You got lava. You've got cobblestone. You've got an indented cloud there. That up there. It's just so much going on, and like I could have done it better. Like the way like the sky is flush with the cloud, and even worse, the like ceiling of that, like it doesn't work. I'm not a fan of how this diorama looks, but like what would I do? Like these guys are, in season 19, these guys are in buildings, and I can't really make this tower any taller. Here's your book for posterity. As for this room, this version of the room is pretty good. This what is this, light gray terracotta? Yeah, this works for the building. It is very industrial. What all did I say in my notes? It is pretty unwelcoming. What with all the stone stuff, that's kind of the problem. That's just kind of, it's not its own fault. That's just kind of the city aesthetic that had to be gone with. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of this one. It's hard for me to say I like it. It's a D tier. It's a D tier. It just is. And it won't be the only one. 'Cause, oh boy, this is a mess. Oh man. This season is a victim of circumstance. There's not much I ever could have done to make this work. Like how are you gonna fit 15 people in a diorama and not have it look crowded as frick? Like, what was I ever gonna do? This one also has frickin' flush sky with the frickin' blocks placed, which I learned better than to do that in the future. I think. I think if I did this again, excuse me, I probably would have moved the sky up a block. I don't know. I later on, I got a lot more lenient about like not using these exact dimensions for the diorama. Like back in this time, I was pretty insistent on, oh, it's got to be. Well, no, I wasn't. I did that one though. If I did that with the I don't know. I'm thinking too much about it. One big problem. Look at this. Why? What is this? What is this decision right here, Shaston? What, the stripped oak? Why? Like it looks terrible right here with the spruce and the freaking gray like that's hideous. It's a bit better over here because it kind of works with the oak, but like no, that's just a bad decision, me. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? That's all I had written down. This room is pretty nice. This is a pretty decent room. The blue, because the blue team won, is a nice touch, but the diorama is kind of the key component of the rooms, and it's just not doing it for me. It's just a victim. It just had to be this way. I'm sorry, season 20, D tier. Oh, my phone went black right as I was about to scroll. However, this is how you do a diorama room. Do I even need to tell you that this is the best one? I mean, just look at it. Look at everything about this. It's very simple and clean. There's like 3 colors total. Like this room here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like there's so many colors. That freaking thing again. But look at this. Look at this. 1, 2, and like 3. It's basically 3 colors. Like it's perfect view of Minecraft. And here's one of my like the most genius idea I came up with is what's the most interesting way you can mix up the sand? Concrete powder walls. It's got the sand looking texture, but I can color it so it goes with the carpet. Oh my gosh. This room and the diorama, it's just so simple. There's only 3 people. It's in a desert, so it's just a nice clean overlook. Like, and to break off the monotony of the sky, I had some oh, it's just so good. This one is just so good. Like I can't say anything else about it. Like this one is without a doubt the best one. This is an S tier room. It is. Here's your room. Here's your book. Did I read the book in the other room? I don't know if I actually did. Hold on. I should probably go faster or slower. If I go too fast, I don't actually know if the video will pick it up properly. My only problem with this room is that this color yellow is not accurate to this color that's in the room. But that's, what am I going to do about that? Anything else I have to say? Nope. This is just an easy S tier. It just is. Next up is Season 22. This one's a bit harder to explain. The diorama is just kind of like a busier version of Season 1. There's no cactus, so it feels more monotonous. Like there's a lot more of the blue going on, and that's not quite great. The stone slabs and the iron trap doors don't really make sense. Like I always try to focus on what happened in the season that I can use to base the room off of. And part of that was a brilliant creation. I brought quartz blocks from the nether and used that just a little bit. I just put a little bit of quartz blocks on the mountain fort where at the fight at 0-0. And I was just roll with it. Quartz. And it works. It works. The quartz with the yellow terracotta, it works. It's just so weird. We're going to get to this later, but there is a difference between an A tier room and a B tier room. I think that's what I said. I wrote it down somewhere. I want to make sure I got that right. Yeah, there's a difference between an A tier and a B tier room. A B tier room, I make arbitrary decisions like this, and this, and this. This color does not match sand at all. But in a B tier room, I make arbitrary decisions, and it doesn't really work. It doesn't sit well with me. But A tier rooms, I make those decisions, and I go, yes, excellent, I love it. So yeah, this room, don't know why. Don't know why I think it works, but I like it. A tier. This is an A tier right here. Not a huge fan of that with the white. I don't think any of these banners should have had white as a main color. If I could go back and change that, I would. I don't think white letters on yellow would work better though. So I just kind of, again, this is the worst part of the room. But there's much more restriction with these banners, so it just kind of is what it is. Season 23. I had to think long and hard about this one, but I ultimately came to the conclusion that this is also an S tier room. I mean, just look at it. Look at this room. The house, the weather, the simplicity of the fight, the freaking the diorama. This fight's so simple that I could do anything with this diorama because it was just I just had to put 2 guys next to each other, boom. And I built a whole freaking house, and it was it was such an aesthetic of the spectating of that season. It's so good. And just look at how cozy this room. I'll get that sec. Look at how cozy this room is. It's so dark and warm. You can hear the fire crackle. Look at that. Listen to that. Isn't that just great? That's just great. My phone went dark again. And it feels weird for me to say this, Because prior to me going through these and like thinking about my thoughts and getting the grades, writing a grade down for everyone, I wasn't particularly attached to this room. It just kind of was. But like, I mean, how can I say it's not S tier? How can this one not be S tier? This is like, if I weren't so attached to the season 121 room already, I might have the guts to say this one's my favorite. To say this one's the best. But the season 21 one, I was so proud of that one when I made it. I don't think I can break off and say that to anyone. This, I think it might be the case that season 21 is my favorite and season 23 is the best. But I don't know if I'm ready to say that yet. So, yeah, this is just spectacular. Let's go ahead and run in here. This is the season 22 book, just for posterity, and season 23 book. Banner for this one works well. This is a good banner. Season 24. I'm not sure where to start with this one. The mushroom walls are weird. Like, it's an interesting texture, and I like that I did something so unique like that. But, like, why mushroom? Like, mushroom stew wasn't new in this season, so it's not like that was, a kind of a play on the season as a whole. In fact, I don't know if anyone had mushroom stew in that season. I can't remember. It definitely wasn't a huge factor like it was in season 22. The fight wasn't in a dark oak forest or a swamp, so I don't even know if I don't know if this map had either of those biomes. I can't remember the season well enough to remember all that. Who was I? I was on a team with Weather and Joda. We went to the Nether that season. We had Extreme Hills and Jungle. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what made me go with these mushroom walls. I think it was just an interesting decision that I went with. What else? The diorama doesn't sit too well with me. Something about it feels a bit off, and I don't really know how to explain it. For a split second, I thought this was a spruce leaf, and that would have contributed to it, but I don't know. I feel like it's not visible enough. Like, this tree in the middle here is too much of a presence. But like it's an accurate depiction of the fight. Like, they were, well into the forest. There wasn't just trees around. They were in the forest, except for Ace and Zalpha, who were just kind of doing their own thing. I don't know. It's not bad by any means, but aggressively average C tier. I gave this a C tier? Hold on. What are the other B tiers? Can I justify giving this a B tier? Oh, right, that's B. No, that's A tier. Which one's that? That? It's definitely not as good as that. It's definitely not as good as that. Yeah, sure, C tier. It feels a bit weird to put it in C, but it's not. Yeah, I need to think about, like, because my list has 5 tiers, S, A, B, C, D. C being in the lower half makes it hard for me to process it right. It really isn't. It isn't, good, great, good, meh, bad, terrible. It's, you know, exceptional, above and beyond, great, good, meh, bad. So, like, C is meh. And this room is very meh. The wool there, also that. Not a fan of that. Why that? I don't know. Let's go ahead and read the book. You can have that for posterity as well. How long it's been? 20 minutes? What the frick? Well, we're about halfway there. Oh, zombie. Season 25. This one is kind of the same for me, honestly. Nothing feels particularly special about it. I feel like I could have done a better job if I really put my mind to it with the diorama. The cobble and the planks here don't really work for me. Something about it seems wrong. What else did I say? Um. Oh wow. So I gave it C tier, and then I wrote in the thing the explanation that I just gave a couple seconds ago about how it feels wrong to give things C tier because C tier is supposed to be in the middle, and like it feels wrong to say that because it's like at the end, it's like it's in the bottom part of my list, and I never got C's in school in the American grading system. Like I very rarely got C's in school. I was an A's and B's kind of kid. So like I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of funny that my thoughts are so uniform that I accidentally gave my future talking points away in that room. Uh, um, but yeah, this room, my concrete powder is a bit weird, but again, there's only so many times you can use the same format for a room. Like you're either using weird stuff or you're repeating stuff, and using weird stuff it's worth giving it a shot. So yeah, C tier, and here is your book. Next up, we have season 26. This is probably the worst one. Just a big cluster fudge. I mean, look at it all. Border, magma block, tree in the middle with like not great. A rose, why a rose? RV in the mountain here. It's not great. And there's only so much I could have done. Like it's amplified terrain, so like the height thing kind of squishes it all together. But like I should have just not put myself in. Like it was a key part of the season, so it deserves to be represented in a way. But also, I mean, that does not look good. And this, look at this. The freaking glass is touching the diorama is connected to the window panes. Like it's and the blue floor. What is this? It's like I was so desperate for something unique about this season to coat the room with to create the room that I was like amplified terrain. It means tall mountains and lots of sky, I guess. Even though that doesn't make sense because you could see less of the sky because there was mountains everywhere. But I just went with it. I was like, light blue floor. That's not beast. I have lit up so much stuff trying to get rid of these zombies. I don't know where they are. Yeah, and like the barrels. Like the barrel wall was a good way to be unique. Definitely interesting, but it's not pretty to look at when you've got a whole wall of barrels. They don't look great. This room, it's even a 9-page book too. Like, yeah. This room is the closest I've ever gotten to giving an F. But it's not that bad. The other two were bad because of a circumstance. This one's bad because of choices, and that almost makes me want to give it an F because, like, that could have been the difference between D and F. Is that D tier is bad, but there's not much you could have done. Whereas F tier is bad because I did it wrong. I don't know. Maybe I should just give this one an F. Maybe I should do it. Maybe I should man up and say, I made like 14 of these little things, and one of them's bad. One of them is just bad. I don't like it, and I'm not gonna fix it. F tier. There you go. I did it. You're proud of me, Mom? Anyway, season 27. This room reminds me of season 24's room, but in a good way. Like, it's aggressively average, like what I said for season 24, but better. This is how you do the city diorama, by the way. Again, victim of circumstance. We didn't fight in the city in the season, so it works to not put people in buildings because they didn't go into buildings. But it works as a background feature. It really does. Yeah. It's still got that little something in my head nagging me that it's not great. Does it? Why did I write that? It's got something nagging my head that's not great. Not sure what it is though. Okay, yeah. I see what I'm saying now. Like that line. Yeah, there's something nagging in my head that is not great. It's not A tier. There's something about it that says this isn't A tier. It's a B tier room. I can't tell you why. I don't know what it is, but it just is. That's the conclusion I came to. I like the acacia walls. It's a very interesting way of doing it. Yeah, like all of this looks good. All of it, like every decision here works, but it doesn't work well enough for me to say it's an A. You get what I'm saying? I hope so. B tier. Right. Did I read the book? I didn't read the book. Boop, 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 and season 28. Now this is a room full of unique choices. Oh, also I guess it does work. This season does have a good reason to have letters on a white background because it does work here. I will say that. This is definitely a unique room. The water floors was honestly a bit of a stroke of brilliance on my part. I remember when I was trying to think of how to make this room, I was like, what kind of blue, like there's a bunch of water everywhere. How do I make blue stuff? What blue blocks can I use? And like, I was like, okay, I know what I can do. I can use water for the floor. And then later I was asking people for help, like, what can I use? And Lemons, as a joke, said, water. And I was like, I already thought of that. And it was just so good. It was just so good. I just love this. I love this little one. It's a little annoying. You have to jump to get in and out. But also, parkour. Who doesn't love a little parkour every now and again, huh? Parkour. What else do I have to say? Not a huge fan of the warp signs. I don't think I can think of a way for the warp signs to ever really work. Like, you know, it just feels like it's like the way the sign texture is with the colors of the text. It doesn't. It feels like it's too hard to read unless you're like right up against it. And like changing the color doesn't actually fix it. Like I've tried other colors and the warp signs never work for me. They just don't. The diorama is fine. Nothing fantastic, but it's not bad. That could have been done better. Also, that's fun. Canucking the little door underwater. That's fun. I like that. Yeah, and at the end I said the water is actually kind of annoying for getting in and out, but that's just kind of a feature of my brilliance. Sometimes my brilliance, it's staggering. B tier. This is a B tier. B tier room. What we got next? Season 29. Call me a sucker for the orange on gray combo, but I like this room a lot. Not necessarily the diorama, but I really like this room. Like, just look like who doesn't love this like cyan stained clay? It's so weird that this is cyan clay, but like, who doesn't love this cyan terracotta on acacia? Look, this is so good. It's so good. It's great. Yeah, this is the part where in my notes I intended to talk about the difference between an A and B tier, A and B tier, which is like, you know, the weird decisions that match, weird decisions that work or don't work. In this case, acacia. Why acacia? There was no acacia. There were no savannas in this season. So why did I do acacia? I don't know. I just did, and it works. It's just good. I just like acacia on the freaking. Like, I knew I had to use gray because like the mountainous bowl that was 0-0. So I knew I had to use gray, and and the freaking Acacia just works with it. It just works. Diorama. The cobwebs are fun. Like it really helps make the diorama a bit unique. Otherwise, it would just be kind of bland. This diorama, except for the lava pit, but like, that's not great as a unique feature. But the cobwebs really do it. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the cobwebs. That's really nice of you guys. Yeah. So A tier. This one's an A tier, and I will read the book, and I will run back in here. Did I read the book for this one? I think I did, but I'm gonna double check. Now, what else we got? This one, season 30. Not a great. I don't like how the three. I don't like the three, but what are you gonna do? This one, I don't like these colors either. This one is probably as close to an S tier as I can get without actually giving it an S tier. S tier feels too above and beyond this. This isn't above and beyond enough for it to work. But this one is just so good. The way that the sunset was, shouts to Lemons for that. For like, I don't know why he decided to do that, but it worked so well. Like the muted sky over the red, orangish kind of terrain. It allowed me to put this like light blue stained clay terracotta as like the ceiling, and like it works so well. It almost feels like it's not even a room so much as is carved out of the hill. Cause like the freaking light blue clay, like almost feels kind of stone like. Like from here, it almost looks gray. In fact, I didn't notice this until I made this like 3 months ago. I didn't notice until preparing for this video. I didn't finish the room. There was still stone up there because it just fits so well. But yeah, like this season, this one really does it for me. Like the muted aesthetic of the whole place with the clays and these browns and the wood. And I'll go ahead and read the book for posterity's sake. Maybe I should have added some clouds. Maybe. Not entirely sure. The diorama looks carved out of the wall. Yes. I didn't know it was stone till now. Yep, that's all stuff I mentioned. Yeah, I just love this one. I love this one quite a lot. It's not up there. It's not quite. It's definitely the third best room. It's the third best room, and that puts it at A tier. A tier room. This one. What's up here? More clay. I like it. And lastly, we have season 31. This room itself, it almost makes me want to put S tier for just this room, because like the way it all plays together. The woodland mansion. There was a woodland mansion at spawn, so I had like the carpet of the woodland mansion on the inside. You got the walls and the floors and the ceilings like a woodland mansion. Woodland mansions have these little log patterns in the walls, so I put them in the walls here. I even put them in the back there. Like this, I love it. Love it. It was so easy. Like making this room, like this whole room was the easiest one I ever had to make, except for maybe the first one, because that one I was basically just doing the first thing that came to my head without consequences of overlapping designs with previous rooms. Excuse me. Like the room, mansion, the freaking diorama, leaf floor. That's unique. Woodland mansion in the background. That's unique. Bam. That's all you gotta do, and it kind of works. But something about it, not great. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. It's that A tier versus B tier thing again, where something about it, it's good. But some part of this arbitrary decision doesn't work for me. I can't tell what it is. Maybe it's the hardened clay, like in the background, because I wanted to include. I wanted to incorporate a sign of um, the mesa, because that was a huge part of the season. And heck, the battle ended in the mesa. We jumped off the trees and ran to the sand. Um, Maybe it's the statue placement. Maybe I doubt something like that. Maybe it's the sky. Does seem a bit flat. Like, look at that. Nice straight edges. Boop 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 boop. Like I get really sick of all the light blue that just kind of shows up everywhere. Maybe it's the leaves. Maybe the leaves are throwing me off. I don't know. I can't tell what it is. I certainly hope it's not the leaves because I love the idea of the leaves. Because like I was saying, this was the easiest room to make. It was just like, oh yeah, bam, idea, easy. Bam, that idea, easy. They all worked. It just all worked so well. And I don't know. I hope it's not the leaves. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not there for me. So, can I give like a B plus tier? It's too late for that. It just has to go B tier. The very top of B tier. And there's the book. Hopefully I didn't miss any books, cause that's it. That'll be the end of this project. There might be time for another season. Like I don't know when season 5 was gonna start, cause we can only do it when 1.18 comes out. They said they're hoping to get out by the end of the year. Um, but like so that could be this month, next month, month after, or December. Well, next UHC is going to be in early December, probably, maybe in January, if December doesn't work for people because holidays. Um, but even if it's in early December and they still haven't put out 1.18 by then, I'd have to upload all those videos and come in here and like last minute put a freaking room in, and like what would I do? Like it would be an odd number of rooms. I'd have to dig out this tunnel some more, put a room on the left, and then not on the right. Do I just put it in the middle of the smack dab in the middle of the road? What if they delay it again and it actually takes long enough for me to have 2 seasons? So I have to tear this room down. So I either have to risk there's no easy way to do it because we don't have the information. I either risk having a stone wall like opposite an extra season. I either don't include a season if it happens, or I put it here and risk uh, having to tear it down to include another season, or maybe no, I don't want to do that because no, it no. I think it's just good to it's good, it's healthy, it's natural to draw a line and say this is the end. This is the end of the project. And I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. So there's one last look at the hallway. And heck, I'll even get a screenshot for you right now. Bam. Maybe that's a thumbnail. Maybe I'll do something with the tier list thing. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go all clickbaity. F tier? Question mark. Who knows? But yeah, that's it. Goodbye to the UHC Museum. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.